last one to talk to that. But I want you to go on back there. Jonathan, is that going to be you today? Give me the last one today. Excellent. Thank you. So he's already got that on lock. Those of you who will come and share, I'm going to actually ask Sister Carol Hall Holiday, she's a member of the church here, and I'm going to bring the mic down to her. You can use your outside voice. Hey, before she talks, let's look at this group up here. They look good, and their hearts are in the right place. Let's do this. I think that we can agree that they deserve our encouragement, our kindness. Let's clap for them one and all.
Good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Good. First, giving honor to God. My name is Carol Hall Holiday, and I'm a member here at the Congregational Church of Christian Fellowship. And I want to acknowledge my pastor, Associate Pastor Marvin Avery, my husband, Cliff Holiday, and other members who are here. Would you please stand for our church? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Marvin Avery used to sit right where this gentleman is from pointing with the vest and the white shirt. That was Marvin Avery's spot. And my husband and I would sit here. Now, we all know how well dressed Marvin was. Now, I never partied with Marvin, but I was here on the Sundays when he was here. And yes, he was dressed from head to toe. I mean, literally. But he had come to worship and praise the Lord. And he was dressed in such a manner that you knew that was why he was here and what he was about. And there's many things that he loved about our service, our worship. The members, he loved the word, the pastor would bring, but he particularly loved the fellowship time, when everybody gets up and walks around and hugs everyone. And Marvin made his way through up and down the aisles, all around, giving hugs. Am I right about it? Yes, yes, yes. And when he would come to me, he'd always say, Mrs. Holiday, you look so well today. How are you? I said, hi, marvelous Marvin. And it was good. And he'd give me a hug, and I'd give him one back. And there was one Sunday, he came up to me and he said, his dear Aunt Jessie had passed. And would I be willing to accept all of her hats? She wore hats. I said, Marvin, I'd be honored. And so he took me out to his car. It wasn't a Mustang. It was a bigger car. Because the whole front seat, the whole back seat, and the whole trunk was filled with boxes of hats. And I became the recipient. And my husband knows because they all sit in these boxes on our dining room table. Now there's one other story I must share.
Sister Carol. Carol understands we have a whole lot of speeches today. Thank you for the love. God bless you. We're going to ask that those of you that come just flow in the order. I'm going to have both of you going to go last. So sisters, would you come, please? And then we're just going to go like this. Thank you so very much. Let the people say amen.
Amen.
Amen. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. I'm going to get out of the way, but I just want to say this, giving honor to God who's the head of my life. I am Dr. Davis. I'm the pastor of Skidney Outreach Ministry. And I just wanted to come because Marvin was dear to my heart. I was a part of the card club. And I went to the card club meetings because I was selling candy for my church fundraising. And so they would call me the candy lady. And I would make them buy 3 bars of candy for $20 every time I see them. And so then they start calling me diabetes. And so I just wanted to give honor to God for Marvin's life. But I seen another side of Marvin. I was getting installed, and Marvin and my great brother, friend Dwayne came and they supported me. I looked up and I hollered from the pulpit. I said, my car club partners is here. And everybody began to chuckle. But I thank God that I was able to see him in another light. I was able to know him in a personal way. And also myself and Dwayne and Casey sometime, all the time with them, they would go to Target and eat popcorn. Anybody know Marvin used to be at Target eating popcorn? Amen. So I just want to say this and I'm going to get out your way. I just spoke to Marvin. He's always wanted me to sing a little something for him. So I'm going to just give you 1 second. It says, the blood that gives me strength from day to day, it will never lose its power. Hallelujah.
Good afternoon. My name is George Queen. I met Marvin almost 50 years ago. We played softball together. We became friends. Last summer, a bunch of us retired gentlemen, we decided we need to get in shape. So we took up bowling. Marvin came and bowled with us. And we heard at the bowling alley during the day, they play all sorts of music, but they played all this rock music. And because me and one of my friends, we'd gone to a primarily white school, we knew all the songs. Marvin was just amazing. So Marvin made us CD, about 300 songs. It took me about a month to hear it all. Marvin loved his music. And you know, I look at heaven as being there and seeing everybody the best way that I remember them. So when I go to heaven, I want to hear Aretha. You know, I want to see Aretha singing Ain't No Way. You know, I want to see Luther. I want to see Michael Jackson moonwalking, talking about Billie Jean. And you know, I'm looking forward to going and seeing my man Marvin sitting with James Brown. And Marvin talking about we going to have a funky good time.
And I'm a friend of Marvin's, and I love Marvin very much. And I have a notice to read for you from one of our friends named Lou Beatty. He told me to ask me if I would read this for him because he's still in Canada. He's a working actor, praise God. So it says, if possible, would someone say these words for me at Marvin's service tomorrow? And these are his words. I have never met a kinder or more caring person than Marvin Avery. In my opinion, he has a heart that is accepting of all who come in his wake. He accepted me as a friend from the moment we met. His smile always stood out even in a crowd. I will miss him greatly. I could not be here today, yet I wanted to say, may God take him to his bosom. May he bask in the light of the Lord. May he become a part of the light. Lou Beatty Jr. And so I would be remiss if I didn't sing a couple of verses for Marvin. I think maybe Marvin would say this. God has smiled on me. He has set me free. God has smiled on me. He's been good to me. say he's been good. He's been away and away. Open doors for me. He's been good. He's been good to me.
Hallelujah.
Good afternoon. You know, someone can be so impactful in your life, you just don't even know where to begin. And I don't, because Marvin, I tell you something. First, when I came down the street and I saw all those classic cars lined up, it impacted me because he brought me into his classic car world. He brought me into his domino world. I see all those spaces out there. Whitney, the lady who just sung, I sung with her and her group for many, many years. Man, she just talked about Lou. I know Lou. I know most of you guys, and in such a beautiful, impactful way, and his family. They've been so wonderful and embraced me with love for decades. His two children, I'm sorry for your loss. The grandchildren, I knew them well. And I say his life was my life. And so with his passing, there's a big part of me that's with him in heaven. And I just thank him for giving me so much purpose, so many smiles. I don't care if it was the music, his Marvinisms, his little slogans that I steal and say all the time. You know, I just don't know how to go on without him, but I'm going to do my best. But thank you for coming out. Thank you, each face, for reminding me how the true man he was. And I can't thank you enough, and I can't thank him enough. And of course, the Reverend. He was there for me at a very traumatic time in my life, Reverend. I wouldn't know him but for Marvin. They walked me through tragedy. This church, you know, was there for me. And so I just want to thank you all, but more importantly, thank Marvin. You got my heart, buddy, and I'm there with you in spirit. God bless you.
My name is Negro White. Marvin and I, and we say, Marvin's mom, we go way, way back. We've been a long time. While you brought up, you know, Marvin first wanted to get off into the bar club. He had that Mustang over there with his lips. It was great. He came to me. He said, bro, I want to fix my car. I want to get out into the car. Could you do me a favor? I said, come on, man. Could you take a loan out of your house and say some things about Marvin. I can tell the story. Can't tell the people. I can tell what I can tell. It's like, where did I hear about the Rosarito Beach story? Can't tell that to you.
Now tell him.
One time we were down there, I was telling you. We said Rosarito Beach. Everybody know Marvin was great to do anything like that. He's a nice guy. But he was hanging out with me, and he wanted to hit the tequila. Why you want to do that, Marvin? And then only took a couple shots and he was gone. He was clowning the whole weekend. Not just that evening, the whole weekend. All the first shot. Softball. Any little mixed company people here? See, Marvin had a team called Mixed Company. That's how we all went back in the 70s. We had a team called Clown. He wanted to beat us so bad. He went out and got him an all-star team. He said, I got to get you, Leroy. I said, I got to get you. He ended up, got it in the end. Dominoes. Everybody know he loves the dominoes. I'm on the dominoes. All the members here. And that was Marvin Avery, he got dominoes. He loved that. I remember telling them, I told them, if you ever beat me, I'll quit the club. I ain't quit yet, it'll be about 10 years old. But I just like I said, everybody said about Marvin was a good guy. He was straight and honest. dressed like that. That job. That job. You gotta say something about what he's wearing. He walk into the house or the club or wherever he's going, his hat broke down, got his Stacy's on. He's ready. And you both him out here. So I'll tell you. And one more thing about this. I was going to let the kind of people on it. Right before Marvin Avery, he came and got me. We went to lunch. There were 3 weeks, exactly 3 weeks before he passed. He come and drive me, pick me up, and go to the restaurant. We're sitting there, and I get a call from my nephew that my wife's brother just passed down the street for me. So now the conversation goes to them. Man, talking about death, how quick it comes, all that stuff. Then I leave, go to street for it. Gone about 5, 6 days, come back, and there he was. And it just hurt me to my heart. He told me it was so. But I love him, man. And that's all I want to say.
Let's go, Brother Avery.
Good afternoon, church.
Good afternoon.
I'm Lawrence Tolliver. I'm Marvin's friend and barber. And when I say that, friend, I don't take it lightly. Marvin was a good friend. Marvin would come and say, "What's your birthday?" I tell him, he said, "I'll come take you to lunch." And he would never fail. He would always want to do something for you, give you all the music that you wanted.
Yeah.
I had a birthday party not long ago, and Marvin was there. He gave me a present. And I knew Marvin. I said, I'm not opening this present. I didn't open anybody else's present. I didn't open yours. Because I figured it might be a Jack in the Box or something. But anyway, he made sure, along with the pastor and everything, they bought me a Manuel Arts Letterman's jacket that I intended. And it was so wonderful, so thoughtful. And Marvin was the cause of that. So every time I see a classic car, Marvin's going to be in my heart. And I wanted to say this. You know, I love Marvin, and I'll always remember Marvin. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Hello, church. I give my condolences to Marvin Avery's family. I'm Jonathan Crawford, friend of Marvin's, and also dominant member, club member of Marvin's. You know, our friendship, actually I was going to start this off with a joke, because Marvin's humor was just something that was a part of him. And you never knew if he was serious sometime or if it was going to end up being a joke. And many times it would be a joke. So Marvin had a wonderful humor about himself. And I couldn't think of the joke that I was going to start with, so that's why I kind of skipped it. But one thing I can say about Marvin is that he had a lot of passions, as we've read in the obituary. He loved his family, loved his grandchildren, always talked about his grandchildren, and coming to church in his convertible with the top down, and how the kids felt riding in that car coming to church. He loved his cars. You know, I have a 62 Oldsmobile convertible, and Marvin kept pressing me, "Man, you need to get a convertible, you need to get a convertible." And I wasn't really in the market, but I happened to run across something, and I said, "Hey man, why don't you come check this out?" So he did, and you know, we're going over it, and I said, "So what do you think?" He says, "Jonathan, if you don't buy this car, I'm gonna buy it. And if you're gonna be mad, because you're gonna see me riding down the street with your car." But anyway, so he inspired me with that. But one thing, and as far as Marvin's music, let me first say, his dancing. Marvin loved to dance. Marvin, anyone that knew Marvin on the dance floor, he'd slide to slide. He'd spin. He loved the spin moves. And what moved him was his passion for music. Marvin's passion for music ran deep, you know. You can ask Marvin a song in 1955, he knew it, you know, just off the sound of the music and the artist. In fact, we were playing dominoes the other night, and someone said, "Who sings that?" And someone said, "Marvin would know." And one story though, ago. So 3 years ago, we were on a train. We decided to go to a Raider game down in San Diego. And we're coming back. Marvin starts talking to three guys on the train, on the Amtrak, and the car is packed. I mean, it has to be 100 and some people in this car. And they started talking about baseball. And Marvin, it was the 1962, I think it might have been Cincinnati Reds, I can't remember what team it was. But Marvin knew his baseball, he knew his facts for anything that he had a passion for. And so they were asking Marvin who played third base on that team. Marvin would name it. Who played second base? Who was the catcher? What was their stats? What was their season? So as this started going across the train, everyone started to wonder if Marvin was a Major League Baseball player. People were trying to Google and take pictures of him to see if they could find him. The whole train was just in amazement, and so was I, how he just would spit out these stats and these players like it was just yesterday. And so I told Marvin when we got off the train, I said, man, I have never in my life seen someone know so many facts about so many things. And just I'm going to close with this. In terms of dominoes, he loved his dominoes, and yes, Marvin could play dominoes, and I have to do his dues. That's hard to say right now. But Marvin played dominoes, and he loved the game. And 3 days before he passed, he grabbed me by the collar and said, get a piece of paper and pencil. So I did. And he was starting to draw out a domino game. And he says to me, Jonathan, I need to be able to pass this on. This is just too much knowledge. He's whispering this in my ear. And he's drawing a 4, a 6, and he's trying to put dominoes together 3 days before he passed. So I just want to say, love to Marvin Avery.
To the church. My name is Larry Hubbard. We have met Marvin 20-some odd years ago through the Domino Club, and we just clicked right away. And we clicked right away because Marvin was a gentleman like my mother told me to always be. And I am, and I have always been that, but he was the ultimate of gentlemen. His music to me, he kept giving me CDs, and I kept giving me CDs, and it was from 60s to 70s, and nothing in the 80s and 90s. He left those alone, but you know what? He walked up to me and he said, I'm giving you all this music because music is going to reflect you in some of the good times of your past. And lo and behold, I started listening to some of the music, and I used to remember some bad things, but I used to remember what I was doing at that time, and I forgot my past of that portion of my life, and so that's to express how much music in your heart for the decades that he had the music, and he had that music out so he could reflect on some things in the past, joyful things, and partying songs, dancing songs, cha-cha, Broadway, love cha-cha, okay? My reflection on Marvin as far as the domino, and I'm sorry, I am a domino, have dominoes in travel village. He whooped me anytime he wanted to. Now I'm saying, and this is with 4 people at the table, and I can be anywhere, sitting where there, he'll get me anyway. Stop me, make me go forward, he can let me win the game. But I really think his reason for loving to play dominoes so he can talk stuff to you and you cannot get mad. And look right at you and just stop. Just give it up. Marvin had a big heart. Whenever you needed him, he was always there. Loved his cars. He jammed me up about my 67 T-Bird with suicide doors. Been in the garage 7 years. But I'm going to get it. All right? Thank you very much.
How y'all doing today? Hope everybody's well. My name is James Lovins. I was a friend of Marvin. We used to go by the house and play dominoes. Met him at Mr. Tolliver's shop. So I just want to let everybody know that Marvin is not gone. He's still in everybody's heart. One thing I want to tell you is that I spoke to him, I guess a week before too. So I just want to let y'all know that he touched my heart as a person, and he brought everybody love. You guys have a beautiful day, all right?
Beautiful.
Okay, my name is Sam Watson, and I'm happy to be here. And I'm happy to see all you lovely people who came out for Marvelous Marvin. It's not easy to come to a funeral. You can always make up an excuse, well, whatever. But anyway, you can. When I pulled up, first of all, you people with these cars, these pretty cars, y'all some bad people. Them cars make this place look like Frank Sinatra or somebody died. I mean, the prettiest cars in the world are outside. You'll see when you go outside. I know Marvelous Marvin from one thing. I don't know him from dominoes. I don't know him from being all sharp. I know him from playing baseball. Well, he didn't play, but he was out there with us. And he figured out it was some real tough baseball players like David Dees and Norman, all y'all, and Rusty Ross and Jimmy, all y'all. The bottom line, he bought a team, like Leroy said. He went and bought the best players. He didn't pay them, he just promised them stuff. I don't know about all y'all know about all this money and all this. I don't know about no money. Marvelous Marvin was cool because he was a cool person. And when you live your life, you gotta enjoy it. He enjoyed dominoes, baseball, all these cars, and being a good person. Because it's hard to be a good person to y'all. It's easy to be a good person to me because I love being good. Marvelous Marvin helped teach me that. I went to his house and talked to him. We didn't play dominoes, we just talked about life and talked 30, 40 years ago, we talked about everything. So I'm just letting y'all know I really appreciate all y'all for coming out because Marvelous Marvin was a good guy. We were setting up a party at Ross's little townhouse for January the 5th. And we still gonna have a party in honor of Marvin. Anybody wanna come? It's free, it's on me. I will pay you to get in. It's free anyway. So at the townhouse, we're gonna be there. January the 5th, we're gonna bring it to New Year's. You know, y'all can bring it the other way, like y'all always bring it on New Year's Eve. But 3 or 4 days later, at the townhouse, like we gonna be. So come on out, and I will let you in free. Thank you guys for coming out to see Marvin. David Dees, I see y'all out there. You guys seen lots of Marvin. You don't know what you're doing. Y'all don't know. Anyway, let the preacher get in, let the nephew get in. Thank you for coming to hang out with Mr. Marvelous Marvin.
Like I said earlier, God is good. I thank you guys for that. I thank you for the gentlemen that came up. I thank you for the wonderful ladies also. Can you guys hear me? All right. My name is Chuck Avery Jr., and I was the nephew of as you guys called him, Marvelous Marv. To me, he was Unc. I was also affectionately known. My nickname is Bucky or Buck, amongst other nicknames that I have. But I'm gonna tell a couple of quick stories, and it actually involves Pastor McKnight here. But I'd like to say again, thank you for everybody who came out on behalf of the Avery family. Pastor McKnight, thank you very much. As I texted you a couple of weeks ago, thank you for your friendship, your mentorship, and your leadership, and spiritual leadership especially. But the story I'm gonna tell about Pastor McKnight, you guys you might laugh real hard at this one. I was talking to my uncle a few years ago, and he was telling me that him and Pastor McKnight took a road trip to Dallas, Texas, and as I heard some of the gentlemen say some of the stuff my uncle used to say, he used to exaggerate a little bit sometimes. So he said, nephew, he said, man, we made it to Dallas in about 2 hours. I said, well, Unc, I live in San Antonio, Texas, and it takes us 4 hours. So how did you make it from California? And he said, man, we were rolling. He said, we had that radar thing on. And I said, wait, you and Pastor rolling? I said, the pastor? Like, was driving about 100 miles an hour? And he says, but think about who I said was with me. The pastor. So God was with us. I said, you know what? You got me quick story I want to tell us about Domino's. We, Mom, didn't travel, very far. Of course, he traveled around, half Domino's, go travel. But he came out to San Antonio, Texas for our youngest baby girl's wedding. We were so happy to get him out there about 2 years ago. And I tell my uncle, I said, hey, let's play some dominoes. It's time for nephew to get on you with some dominoes. And so we played dominoes, and I'm leading. I forgot what the score was, but I'm leading by 20 points. So I'm about to start talking mess. Now, I'm the type of person, I'm not like my uncle. I really can't play dominoes. I can, but I can't. I think I can. So I'm the type that's going to talk a lot of mess. My wife knows that. I'm going to talk a lot of mess, even though I may be losing. So, of course, my uncle being the domino player he is, I'm talking all kinds of mess to him. And I'm up by like 20, 30 points. And so I say, you know what, Uncle, it's about time for nephew to take over as a domino champion. So I'm, down goes Marvin, down goes Marvin. And he just smiles at me. And I think within the next 30 minutes, I didn't win another hand. And, he came at me with, I am the greatest. But I don't want to be up here very long because I'm just sticking for that 2 minutes thing. So if I go over for a minute, excuse me. But I just want to say to everyone, I'm in education, my wife is in education, so we have students, and everybody has basic needs that need to be met. My wife and I have students that have a lot of needs that need to be met, which we try to do that every day. Her as a teacher, myself as a behavioral counselor. Even myself at 51 years old, I had certain needs that needed to be met. I've had a lot of influential men in my life. My maternal grandfather, of course my father. My father's here somewhere. The brother of Marvin is here somewhere. My father didn't overtly express his love to me, but my uncle gave me that need. And that was no fault of my father. My father shows his love in other ways. But my uncle was the type, every time we talked frequently, every time we got off the phone, he would say, I love you, nephew. I'm very proud of you. And that's something that even at the age of 51 years old, I needed to hear. And he was able to give that to me. About 7 years ago, at my Uncle BJ, his brother Robert Avery's funeral, I hadn't spoken with my uncle for a few years prior to that. It was some family nonsense that went on. And so the day of the funeral, when I got to see my Uncle Bush, Uncle Marvin, we embraced. And that embrace that we did, it felt so good. And I didn't let go of it until December 4th. And on December 4th, I had to let go of it in the most tangible, physical sense of it. But it's something I'm going to carry with me forever. I love you. I know you up there still talking your stuff. I stand up here not selfishly because I have cousins that lost a father. I have grandbabies that lost a papa. But he loves you guys so much, and he will always, always be with you. You guys remember that. Thank you guys very much again.